Guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It is never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now, today is the 31st of October, the last October day. We'll see what happens in the next couple of months with all of these ETFs. I'm getting an early video in because I'm attending the Oasis concert here in Melbourne tonight. I can't wait. And I'll also be there tomorrow because I'm like a mad fan of Oasis. We're going to have a look at the coin market cap today. Earn Curve, my spot crypto exchange, of course, all of the Octobots. This is going to be primarily, of course, an XRP Ripple video because I'm so bullish on it. But Forbes literally wrote an article we're going to go through, of course, inside Ripple's $180 billion reinvention. That is bullish. We've got some expert predictions for, XRP, one of the greatest financial opportunities of our lifetime, which is amazing. Bitwise Solana X ETF extends a record-breaking debut with $72 million in the second day of trading, which is crazy. Now, again, we've got all of these updates, and I'm not going to play this article because, again, I'm not too sure why Bloomberg just asked for subscriptions, but all of these ETFs are launching even during a government shutdown, which is absolutely insane. Let's get into the video, guys. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new, smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification because as you can see on the screen, I absolutely love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and of course my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along on this incredible journey. It's been unbelievable so far. Also, if you can give this video a thumbs up, watch it straight through, it would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that. So make sure you give it a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. It's down there. Thank you very much. You rock. Also, a little disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff, right? I don't want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose, all right? That is my golden rule. Now, coming over to coin market cap, we do have a total market cap of $3.65 trillion. Still insanely undervalued when you think of its real world utility. $185 billion in volume. It is down 29 out of 100 out of the altcoin season index. Which is interesting. And there were outflows of $552 million on the 29th of October, 2 days ago. There must be a holiday in the United States. Now, if I'm mistaken, correct me on that. Coming over to my portfolio, top gainers today in the last 24 hours, there is none. But if we go to the market cap, Bitcoin's at 108,000 US dollars, Ethereum 3,809, XRP insanely undervalued at $2.44. We have Solana at $148. We have Dogecoin at 18 cents, Cardano at 60 cents, Chainlink at $16, Stellar 29 cents, Sui's at $2.29, Hedera 19 cents, and Litecoin at $93, and XDC. No one ever speaks about that one, but that's at 5 cents. That is bullish. My spot crypto exchange, Earn Curve. There's a lot of new regulations coming in next year, and I'm making arrangements to obviously go through those processes. And obviously, there's a lot of you that have registered and signed up, and I really appreciate all of your support. If you haven't done so, get trading on Earn Curve with your Octobots. Once you KYC on the exchange, make sure you upload a driver's license, government issued ID, and of course a utility bill. I will apply a 10% discount to your trading fees, and I do have by far the cheapest trading fees in the world. I'm not kidding. As you can see right here, my XRP Navigator bot is trading for me. Just so everyone knows, the limit order's placed, so obviously when the market dips, it buys and it sells when it goes back up. That's how a grid bot works. You can see right here how many trades this has bought since yesterday. And we'll just go actually the 29th. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 buy orders. And that is because it's placed those orders on the grid. So again, when this goes up, it's got trailing up profits. It's going to take that profit. Now, if I come over to the actual XRP Navigator bot, by the way, go to the multi-bots video on my channel to learn how to set all this up. It's really straightforward. I'm still up 1.41%, which is insane, even though the market is down because it's been trading. Gosh, when did we start this? We started this on the 20th of October. There you go. So 21st, it's been running. So it's still going. Now we're at the 31st. So what is that, like 10 days? and it's still up 1.41%, even though the market's been absolutely ridiculous and sideways. You don't have to touch it. It is monitoring the markets. As you can see here, I am checking the spread between orders. It's fully automated. You don't have to do anything with this. Just let it trade for you. That's what I'm doing with this. It's bullish, okay? You can also create your own strategies with AI, and I am going to work on the idea of a harvest spot where you can trade this, earn a yield, so to speak, or a dividend, and obviously take that dividend, put it into somewhere else, and of course still trade with the floating capital, which is a really bullish idea. So the things developing with this, go join the exchange, guys, get trading. Again, you can deposit USDT, Bitcoin, XRP, and of course, if you're depositing XRP, please make sure that you use the memo tag, the wallet tag, so those funds can be allocated to your account, all right? Very, very bullish stuff with this. Now, coming over to this Forbes article, this is huge. I mean, we don't even have the XRP ETFs that are approved yet, and there's, these could be approved by the end of, November, if not beforehand, because of the generic listing standards. But inside Ripple's $180 billion reinvention, freed from the SEC, its lawsuit, again, which is bullish. Ripple, long a blockchain payments company with little actual business, it's finally acquiring its way towards a legitimate multi-billion-dollar crypto empire. Very, very true. And again, you might recall on our March 2024 feature on zombie blockchains, that's how we christened at least $50 billion crypto projects sustained mostly speculation rather than any real usage. Ripple, with its XRP token, is an unfulfilled dream of replacing global bank messaging service Swift. Top with that list of market value of $36 billion with its annual fees of $583,000. That's a lot. But lately, Ripple has been on a tear. In private markets, the company shares now between $135 and $170. Can you believe that? The private markets, the company shares are now between $135 and $170. Wow, roughly 2 to 3x than its start for the year, valuing it between $22 billion and $30 billion. I didn't know that. For context, that's nearly on par with Circle, the stablecoin issuer Ripple wants to compete with and tried to acquire before the IPO'd in June, which sits at around $34 billion. Circle's stock itself is up to 352% from its June IPO. Ripple's token XRP, which does not grant ownership stake in the company, is up 366% year over year with a market cap of $150 billion. Now, Ripple is now part of the roaring digital asset treasury trend. Multiple firms have announced treasury strategies around XRP in recent weeks, most notably Evernorth, which aims to raise more than $1 billion. And the idea that the companies would even consider storing a token created by a company that is long struggled for business traction in its great vote of confidence. It is a great vote of confidence, Forbes. It's not all surprising that given Ripple's end to a 5-year legal battle with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC sued Ripple in 2020, alleging the firm sold XRP as an unregistered security, which we know it wasn't. Just an absolute sham, that lawsuit. The resolution cost Ripple a $125 million fine plus a streak of high-profile acquisitions. GTreasury, a treasury management software provider for $1 billion, Hidden Road, a prime brokerage, and $1.25 billion, a rail for stablecoin payments platform for $200 million. In 2023-2024, Ripple has also bought custodians Metaco. And of course, we had standard custody for an undisclosed amount, which is huge. While the XRP ledger still may lag behind more popular blockchains in terms of app usage and developer activity, it's clear Ripple and the company is very different beast from what it was just a year ago. 100%. Sometimes people view change as bad. I think it's actually a sign of health and greatness, especially emerging technologies, said Joe Naga, obviously CEO and CIO of crypto hedge fund Feynman Point Asset Management, which also is an investor in Ripple. Ripple is showing a thoughtfulness to capital stack, and of course that they weren't able to fully demonstrate because of the regulatory overhang. He adds, I think it's actually a poster child for what happens when you don't have very difficult legislative and regulatory environment. Thoughtfulness makes them different from the other protocols with large treasuries. Again, this is really, really bullish. And Austin King, CEO crypto trading firm Numina, he also sold his first company to Ripple in 2019, goes even further. A lot of people in crypto chirp Ripple, but reality is that they've had an incredible foresight. Their technology has been there for a decade. Now their bet, I think it is to find synergies across all the different businesses, bundling them all up into one conglomerate for financial services, which is enormous. Now, so the next big question is for Ripple is whether it can turn its acquisitions into a unified system that actually drives value back to Ripple's core technology, the XRP ledger, which I do believe will happen. And we do have one of the greatest opportunities of our lifetime. I've been saying this for 5 years. And again, XRP will be one of the greatest opportunities of our lifetime. While some larger holders are exiting positions, unlike unknown DLT remain optimistic, he reaffirmed the confidence in XRP's long-term potential, asserting that it could become one of the greatest investment opportunities of his lifetime and generations to come. I agree with that. Solana is breaking B-Sol, it's breaking records, debut following up trading day, sustained investor demand. And again, yield through staking and Solana's network performance make B-Sol attractive for institutional investors because they want that yield. I mean, it's 7% annually, which is wild. And again, we do have, I'm not going to play this article because it's locked. I don't know why. Bloomberg, get it together. The ETFs, again, are launching even though there is a government shutdown at the moment, which is wild. Coming over here, let's have a quick listen to a couple of videos on X. And thank you to those 9,017 people. Let's listen to this.
Shut down.
Well, Scarlett, thank you for having me. When the SEC approved the generic listing standards for cryptocurrencies back in September, that actually paved the way for what we're doing now. So those generic listing standards essentially opened up the exchanges to be able to launch any cryptocurrency, single token cryptocurrency ETF that actually has a futures market in the US for more than 6 months. So we were able to rely upon that rule to file these ETFs with no delay clause.
The first question is the obvious one.
There you go. So we're going to see them roll out. We're going to play this interview with Caroline Pham, but it's incredible having me on the show talk about the next for CFTC crypto sprint, which is bullish. Evernorth is now trading on NASDAQ. The ticker symbol is XRPN. I don't know what, of course, the value of this is. I have to check that. I'll post it up on the channel. Moving on. Justin Canary Funds just filed their S-1 for its XRP spot ETF, removing the delaying amendment, which is bullish. This clause prevents that a filing from going auto-effective and gives the SEC control over timing. Excuse me, there you go. This is what's happening. So they're all amending their ETF applications. Now let's end on this one because Brad is just a legend. Listen to this.
Even in this conversation, and I agree that it still is early, partly because there is not a global consensus about some of these things. And I think some of the use cases were still extremely early in terms of scaled use cases. Circle is certainly one example that has started to have a scaled use case around a stable coin. But I think the crypto industry, I agree, the next 16 years, I think will be better than the last 16 years because you'll finally see applications of...
I did make this video last night, but the next 16 years is going to be very different. It really is, guys. Honestly, the amount of change that I've seen in this industry is wild. When I first got into it in 2016, bring it on, $180 billion, ETFs coming, bullish times for crypto, guys. Just make sure you're positioning yourselves right. You can on EarnCurve, all right, and get your bots working for you. Once you set these up, you don't have to do anything because it's going to capture that market movement when the ETFs get approved, all right? Any questions, email me at earncurveinvest.com. Go do that right now. Sign up, register KYC, and I will apply a 10% discount, guys. Help me build this exchange. Currently, at nearly 700 registered users. And, got to get you guys trading on the Octobot so you can capture this market momentum. All right, guys, stay bullish. Enjoy your Friday night, afternoon, or morning. And I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with a couple of YouTube shorts because I'm ready to rock and roll. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. Peace out.